Hi Sagittarius, here is a general look at your solar chart for the whole of 2014, and because I've got quite a lot of material to cover, I'm just going to skip over the top of the Mercury retrogrades and the solar eclipses, but you can find a little bit more about how they might be affecting your sign on my website, and also a little bit more information in general. There's going to be 3 Mercury retrogrades. The first one starts on February the 6th, but I'll come back to that at the time. And then the 2 solar eclipses, one in Taurus on April the 29th and the other in Scorpio on October the 23rd, and I will come back to those as well. The big news really for 2014 is that the ongoing Uranus-Pluto aspect, which has been underlying all of the change and upheaval and revolution in different places at different times across our planet since 2011, and that will continue until into 2016, is being triggered by 2 other planets in April, May, coming in late March, and I think we're probably going to see things accelerating there. In whatever way, even the weather. Recently in November there was those 2 coming close together, Uranus and Pluto, and yes, we did see things on our news about more upheaval and also to do with the climate and weather conditions, didn't we? But you know, this underlying aspect that's been running for such a long time has been affecting us in many, many ways. All the established systems that, historically, you know, like the banking sector and governments and education and religions and beliefs and travel and transport and medicine and just the way things are run in our little sort of neck of the woods, you know, that's all kind of undergoing this change. And this configuration coming in that spring is going to be yet another moment of choice as the mass consciousness moves out of the Piscean and into the Aquarian age. It won't be affecting your sun sign directly in an adverse way. However, probably we've all got at least one planet or important point in a cardinal sign, so it'll be impacting that point or planet in your chart. But here we're just talking about the Sun. So Venus and Mars are in long transit, so they're worth a mention. Venus came into Capricorn, the sign after yours, on November the 5th and will stay there until March the 6th. This, even though it's not a strong aspect in your solar chart, it can actually be quite nice because it tends to ease conditions financially. Anything to do with property, anything to do with your basic resources, your material security. Venus, the great attractor here, can, if you play your cards right, just ease things or indeed bring something special your way. And because, you know, if you know about the law of attraction, this would be the moment to work with Venus, the great attractor. She'll kind of set her magnets on it. And it's worth doing because this is a long transit. Usually Venus is only about 3 weeks in a sign. And Venus will tend to tip the scales in your favor, also with your talents, you know, especially your artistic Saggies out there, or indeed any of you who have got something that you've always liked to do. You can get better at it, and you can be more appreciated for it, and you can actually make it more marketable, and you can actually get more financial remuneration for it. If your health has been out of whack or somebody around you, this Venus transit can help stabilize, because Venus is a great balancer. So it is a great time to capitalize on assets, whether they're inborn ones or things on the outside of you. And if there's something within you that you've been waiting to bring out, that and the transit of Uranus and Mars are going to help you bring that out now. And now Mars, of course, that's the other one that's in a long transit, came into Libra on December the 8th and will stay there until July 25th, 2014. This extraordinarily long transit will dynamically activate a very progressive sector of your solar chart. This means you can get going with goals, ambitions, hopes, dreams that have been kind of shelved, gathering dust in the corner. This will be a good time for you to think very much towards the future and get active in that way, because you were thinking of something down the line there. And this Mars transit will activate teamwork. It's anything to do with the internet as well, over the wires, but also in general group efforts and your friendships. So yes, with Mars, who can be very feisty and kind of self-centered really, you've got to be careful to coordinate your will, your energy, your needs with others, and you've got to find the right people to coordinate with, obviously, and then pull together. If you don't, they will feel as if you're working against them in some way, or you will feel that they're working against you. So to use the Mars vibration most effectively here in this house of your chart, you should hook up with those of like mind, get people on side, use those people skills and pull together. And others will tend to look to you for the lead. They'll tend to look to you to be the initiator, spearheading in some sort of a way. But it does look as though a cherished hope has finally got the green light. And that's good news. Jupiter, as the year kicks off, is still in Cancer and will be there until July the 16th. Jupiter is putting an emphasis on another of your financial areas, but this is a joint financial sector, so you haven't got complete control there. You're reliant on an outside agency or another person or another resource. This can mean more money or possessions or useful resources are made available to you, and you know, it's there, it's going to be there on offer, it'll be lined up. And of course, again, the law of attraction might help you there, because it's kind of all set up for you to just reach out for. A key personal or professional relationship could be pivotal here. Also some of you could come into some kind of inheritance, whether that is, you know, through the family, or whether that is some kind of other inheritance, you know, something that has been due to you, a debt. That can be a financial one, that can be a moral one, that can be in different ways. There could be someone who helps you establish firmer emotional or material foundations in your life, and the structure or support they provide is the launch pad you need to achieve success. On another level, with Jupiter here, you can gain deeper psychological insight into patterns of yourself, into others. Some of you might take up a study in this area, counseling, coaching, that sort of thing. You could develop an interest in things to do with the occult, spirituality, healing, uncover dimensions of life which have hitherto been secret or hidden. This is the thing about the Jupiter energy here. And then Jupiter moves into Leo mid-July, putting into a highly beneficial angle to your sun sign, Sagittarius. There could be more opportunities for long-distance travel. In fact, this is right up your street, really. If it's not travel, then it's just you expanding into new areas, thinking bigger, getting the broader perspective, and putting out wider communications out there. Writing that book, but developing the written word, languages, yourself through languages, academia, that kind of thing, and seeking knowledge and expanding your perceptive, or conversely others seeking you for your guidance, your knowledge, your experience. And there could be more involvement like that. There could be you looking into legal things for some reason, getting more interested in politics, communications, media, and your awareness and knowledge base will certainly grow through this expansive period. Your views on life, the universe, and everything about which, you know, you're always interested in these things, and sometimes you get up on your soapbox about them as well. They're likely to be modifying, changing, and maturing as you grow more into your sagginess. Jupiter, the learning through doing planet, wants you to grow your consciousness beyond its old limiting prejudices and beliefs. And all natives of your sign will feel the Jupiter influence through either Cancer or Leo this year. Saturn is in the sign before yours and is due to come into your sign on Christmas Eve. But in the meantime, you're still finishing off this chapter from a huge cycle in the past, turning the page, tying up the loose ends, quite hard work at times. And in some ways, this position of Saturn is a time of preparation for when it does enter your sign. So you could be experiencing the consequences of past actions, habits, behaviors, experiences, relationships, lots of things during this time that Saturn is in here, which can affect you physically, your general well-being. Skeletons could have been rattling in the closet, and you're puzzling over what's this about. But rather than brood over things and past mistakes, you should be focusing on clearing away the remains of the day. And having said that, there are always elements in your history which are good, so you don't want to clear those away. You want to pull the thread of those with you into your future. And there is much that you can do for the common good at this time, a lot that you can do, you know, in that cocoon-like area where Saturn is, where you're developing something, you're growing something, you're constructing something new there, like the butterfly in the chrysalis. And you Saggies born the 24th of November to the 7th of December, or, sorry, say that again, you Saggies born from the 7th of December or from 15 degrees rising to the end of the sign, will be feeling that energy the most. Uranus is now in this great angle to your sun sign, putting an emphasis on a more creative area for you, and you could feel part of a creative endeavor. You could be creative and innovative in a group kind of context or across the wires, and new and unusual experiences teach you many things that you didn't know before. Excuse me. There could be more stimulating hobbies or a creative project that you're working on, or indeed change could come through a new arrival in your family because this area is connected to children, but also the inner child as well. So that inner child coming out more, you feeling more relaxed at just projecting that inner child and having a good time doing what you're doing in a creative, fun kind of a way. So you can be kept on your toes, but you need to be flexible as things change, maybe in quite unexpected ways. This energy also favors speculative venture, taking a bit of a risk, just obviously be careful there, and putting you out on the leading edge in some sort of belief system or some sort of creative thing that you're into. You Saggies born the 30th of November to the 9th of December, or with 8 to 17 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most over 2014. The new position of Neptune until 2025 means a more idealized and serene home environment. This is making quite a strong aspect to you early Saggies born the 25th to the 30th of November, or with from 3 to 8 degrees rising. You are seeking this more like make it a retreat space in your home environment, you know, an area that is absolutely your own chill out place, your bolt hole, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you can feel there can be a little bit confusion in family relationships, and also inner confusion, maybe even emotional confusion and conflict about with whom you belong, where you should be, and how, you know, kind of doubting about how long things can stay secure. That might be one of the ways it can pan out. But it's a great time, as I say, for a more idealized home environment, like a retreat space or a sanctuary. And being near water or on water, that would be absolutely right on the button there. You Sagittarians, well, I've said that already, so I don't have to say it again. Pluto, that is now in the sign after yours, is until 2024, about then. But I'll get back to that. But yes, I think it is slowly regenerating your value system. Things that you thought were written in stone for you, your absolute bottom line years ago, are now shifting and changing and modifying. And over this long transit, they will be letting go of old scenarios related to your material setup, money, property, possessions, sources of income. And there could be a complete reversal and a turnaround on a previous setup, value structure, priorities. The old order is crumbling and the decks are clearing for the new green shoots to come up in a material sense. There's this new dawn in a material sense and how you wish to live now. And there will be actually at times a real strong need for you to have stronger control, almost like a compulsive control over this area here, and you're a bit suspicious maybe of others, but you will probably end up, if this is what you want, having more security than you ever had before, and you will rise phoenix-like from the ashes of a less comfortable, less secure previous life, if that is what you want. But more security and you identifying more strongly with the material trappings and paraphernalia from where you're coming from within yourself is more likely to be evolving now over this long transit of Pluto. And you Sagittarians born the 2nd to the 6th of November, or with 10 to 14 degrees rising, are going to feel this energy the most over 2014, and that's it. I wish you a very happy, interesting, adventurous, fulfilling, but challenging new year, and I'll see you again soon.